All right, guys, welcome to Gordon's Garage. We got this old Caprice Classic here. Don't even know what year it is yet, but we're going to put an engine in it. Okay, so we're over here at Gordon's Garage today, and we've got this. I don't even know what year it is yet. It is, I'm probably gonna have to get my reading glasses. Okay, this is a 19, right there, 1989, 5 liter. It's the 305, throttle bodied, small block, Caprice Classic. I think it's the Caprice. It may be the Impala. Yeah, we're in very wet conditions here. Caprice Classic. We have a major storm coming through. I don't know what's going to happen. My floor is all wet. It sucks. So anyway, on a more positive note, we're going to pull this engine out, and there's a 350 aluminum head radical cam that's been built for it, and yeah, we're going to get this thing running again. It's already got a new fuel tank in it and a new fuel pump and everything, but we're going to swap the 305 out for a 350. All right, welcome back to Gordon's Garage. We are working on getting this engine out of the 89 Caprice, and that's a 305. It's coming out, the 350 put back in. Now on this swap, he is going from fuel injection to carbureted, just because it's a more radical engine that's going in it. So there'll be a few things that we'll have to change and make different. We're eliminating the air pump. Don't tell anybody. So have to do a little bit different there. Jared is struggling with the Torx bolts that hold that unit on. It's just kind of ridiculous that they would use Torx bolts. Push it in a little further.
As far as it can go.
All right, let it down a little more. All right, hold it. All right, go ahead and lift. Yeah, lift it some more. Get it on out the mount. There it comes. Okay. I'm gonna have to climb up in there and see what I can see as far as the wires on the back of the motor. Oh, we still got a harness hooked right here too. There, it came loose. One side. All right. Let's see if we can pull it back a little further.
There's a broke body ground back here.
Yeah, I seen that.
Right there.
Jack up on it some more. We got something over here on this side. This side holding it. Hold it.
Oh wait, we got a oh, never mind, this is
I know it feels like the exhaust is. Oh my golly.
Temp sensor still
Oh my golly. What we got over here is something real stupid. We've got this stupid fresh air tube going down to the exhaust. That I'm gonna probably have to crawl up under here and cut it with a sawzall or something. why GM they couldn't put the grounds up on the engine. They had to put them right in the back of the cylinder head, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
They just had to do it. Had a Sawzall. Where's my Sawzall? It's in the bed of my. It's in my pickup truck. Either from underneath or right here. It's got a metal blade on it and all. That's all it took. Yeah, she's loose now. She is loose. But we gotta line the hood. All right, I'd say
Pull that a little bit.
pull her on a little ways. Oh yeah. All right, up. Up and away.
See, this part of the video, you put it on time lapse.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that before. I know how to do that. Okay. All right, hold on. Go and pull it. Pull it thumb, all right. All right, hit the hood, pull it forward. Up. All right, pull it forward. All right. You ought to be able to clear it now, maybe. Get it all the way out and just safe from landing on the car. Let me turn it, hold on. There. All right, so as you just witnessed, the motor is out. The engine is out. That's the factory 305. We got to get this torque converter out of the transmission. Now that's a dual pattern transmission for a fits either Oldsmobile, Pontiac, and Chevrolet. Maybe Buick too, I don't remember. But they want to rebuild that. They want to turn that torque converter into a stall. That's kind of an odd transmission. And they don't make a stall for it. So we got a guy, local transmission guy that knows how to do that. So we're going to pull that out here in just a second and let him do that for us. So that'll take about a week. So it's imperative that we get that to him and let him be doing that. Look at this. This upper control arm is missing the bolt here. He's about to have a disaster. It's got, somebody put long control arms in it to lift it. The nut's missing. All right, so really that's kind of where we are. We got the motor out, waiting on the, we're gonna wait on the torque converter be done. 350's already built. As soon as that comes back, we can build the 350 up and put it in. Well, we can do it from up off the, we can raise it up. And we'll probably push this one on out so we can pressure wash under here for him real good. He wanted to clean it up. So that's where we are. Well, here's the engine on that, or for the Caprice, right there. Sometimes this is how you gotta move engines. This is not how we'll put it in the car. I'm just moving it from one building to the other. So on the Caprice, we're getting him pressure washed under the hood. He was worried about some detail issues on this car. He wanted it to look nice, so we're just cleaning it up somewhat for him. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So here's our oil pump for the Caprice motor we're building. Usually what I'll do is after I drive the screen, the new screen into the oil pump, I'll go ahead and put a weld on there just to keep that from ever coming loose. All right, so we are working on the 89 Caprice Classic today. We've got this 350 Chevy built up for it, ready to go. Aluminum heads. Supposed to be a pretty radical cam dress-up kit. I'm not sure exactly what it's been bored to. I'm not sure. We've got the Impala or Caprice Classic, excuse me, on the lift. And we have put the new stall converter in with the new front transmission seal. We've got a new transmission mount in because it busted on us. And we are getting ready to set this engine back in the car and hopefully have this thing running soon. It is wet. It is a rainy season in North Carolina. Probably the rainiest season I've seen in a very long time. So we shall go about the business of setting this in here. We are deleting the air pump or the smog pump system on this car, so we will have to cut this fresh air tube that comes down to the catalytic converter and either crimp it or weld it. We have pulled the fresh air tubes off of the exhaust manifolds and put brass plugs in place. And no, he's not running headers. He maybe should, but he's not for now. That saves some money. He could do that later down the road. If he put headers on it now, that would mean a whole new exhaust system. So have to save him what we can. Yes, we're alive. We have man work to do down here, putting an engine in. And then we've got other man work way up yonder. I've got a Trans Am to put a motor in, and then somebody dropped that burgundy Chevy there off to be lowered. So yeah, we're alive, but you know, we're just doing man work. Yeah, she might be in the air. All right, so this is the Caprice Classic, the 89. We've got the motor all in here. We're going to crank it up soon. We still got to put the radiator in, but you know, it's got the dress-up valve covers on it and everything. But I mean, really, after you get all the wire and harness and all that stuff on there, I mean, you can't see any of it. But we're using the fuel pump in the tank, the factory fuel pump, which puts out about 15 psi, give or take. We're running it through a fuel pressure regulator right here, back around to the back of this Holley, feeding that Holley with about 5 pounds of pressure. I've got several wire and harness ends to conceal that fed the old throttle body system. My opinion, probably should have kept the throttle body system on it, but that's not what the customer wanted, so that's not what we're doing. So yeah, we just got to get the radiator in here. I'm sitting up here in the engine compartment. I need to find my way out. Slide that stump over here. Okay, so we got the battery hooked up. Like I said earlier, we've got the fuel pump from the tank running the fuel pressure regulator. So we just turned the key on and we did get fuel. We forgot to tighten the fuel pump line. So we know we're getting fuel up to the all right, so we're getting power to the starter. That's a good sign. We got some bump. Do we see any leaks anywhere? Fuel leaks? What's this here? Water? Water. Here it comes. Fuel squirting. Oh, I should have filmed that. Oh, I am filming. So we hear fuel squirting, so we know we're filling up the bowl. So it's gonna run. So anyway, I got a little excited. We do have fuel coming up to the carburetor. I can hear it filling the bowl and it's squirting. Accelerator pump squirting. But we don't have enough energy yet to turn the engine over, which is fine. Probably just need a, you can boost it. Put it on boost and see what it'll do. May just need a good slow charge on the battery though. Yeah, cut the boost off. Just put a real slow charge, like a 25 amp charge on the battery, and we'll just put it at as high of minutes as it'll go. 120 minutes, is that it? And we'll just let it charge for a few hours. Come back to it tomorrow. It just needs a good charge. Pulled this timing cover off this morning. That pin right there is hitting it, that lineup pin. Not sure why that is hanging out. I guess I'm going to have to pull that gear off. So here's where we are on this Caprice. Motor's in, motor's running. Got a thermostat housing leak. I went and bought a thick, reusable rubber thermostat housing gasket for it, and it was $30 freaking. That's leaking, so I'll get that new housing on it. We had a issue with the air pump delete, so we put a smaller pulley on here to get it off of the tensioner. It was rubbing here. And what else? I'm wiring up the fans, electric fans and electric choke. Had a couple vacuum leaks. Hopefully we'll have those fixed and it will be done. It's starting to sound better with that HEI in there. How low I can get the idle. I mean, that It may be about right. I hadn't put it in gear or anything like that yet, so I don't know if it's going to have any stalling issues or not. All right, so we're almost to the end of this Caprice Classic. This has been a long haul to get this thing right. She's all in there, running good. I tried to run it with the TBI ignition, and it would not stay idling. That system needs more information than we're giving it. We've got the NOx sensor deleted. I mean, we've got the MAP sensor deleted. We've got the MAF sensor deleted. All temperature sensor deleted. I mean, I know there's a lot of information that system requires for advance and retard, so we just went ahead and put a HEI ignition in it. I had a spare, so we got a new HEI ignition or distributor coming for it tomorrow. She sounds good. I'm not going to mess with fine-tuning the timing just yet, because I got to pull that ignition right back out of there tomorrow. So all right, so I don't know what's going on with this Caprice, but she has been a pain, I'll tell you. It should just be a simple, you know, motor swap, carbureted. We did try to get away with using the ignition from the TBI. That didn't work out so well. I put the HEI, I put an HEI in it yesterday, and the thing ran perfect. HEI out of the Trans Am up there that had the small block in it, up there behind the Subaru that we've been working, that we're doing an engine in. We do have a brand new HEI coming, and supposed to be here tomorrow. So I don't know whether maybe that HEI didn't pay attention to if it was real dusty and cruddy inside. Maybe it slung a bunch of particles around in the cap and causing a bunch of misfiring. But yesterday it ran perfect. This morning I come out, did a cold start on it. After the cold start and it heated up, it would not idle, backfiring, popping through the carburetor like the timing's out or something, or we got a misfire. I mean, oh, it's just aggravating. So we're going to wait on the new distributor to come in. Like I said, should be tomorrow. Pop that in there, see if that takes care of our problems. If that don't take care of our problems, the only other thing I can understand that's going on is something that is up with that carburetor, or maybe the power valve blew out in that carburetor. I've got a Edelbrock over here. I'm getting ready to clean it up, just so I'll have a test carburetor. So if that new HEI doesn't solve our problems, I may be popping that Edelbrock on there just to see if that takes care of our problems. If it does, then boo to the Holley Brawler, or either the power valve. But I was thinking on these new Holleys, these newer Holleys, that they had solved the power valve issue. I don't know. All right, we're back on this 89 Caprice. I had to go up to the mountains for the weekend, and now I'm back. I've got this thing idling. That put the distributor on, still had the same problem. So I put this Edelbrock on from this Firebird. I took it apart, cleaned it up, put it back together. It wants to run with that Edelbrock. It's not perfect yet. I'm working on the timing and stuff. I don't know if that Holley right here is just crap or it blew a power valve or what. I don't know what to do. All right, I'll put the Holley back on it, and I've got a fuel gauge hooked to it. It's impossible to do this by yourself sometimes. You gotta forgive this video, it's kind of erratic, but back to exactly the same kind of popping and carrying on that was not going on with that Edelbrock. There's something up with that carburetor. It's got to be the power valve. All right, here we go. Edelbrock carburetor. So I've got this Caprice running again. I've had a fit with this thing. We put new motor in it. I mean, it is cam. You got a big cam in it, aluminum heads, all that. Had a Holley Brawler carburetor on it to start with, and that thing, I could not make that thing run right. I think the power had a bad power valve in it. We never did tear it apart. Place we got the carburetor from wouldn't warranty it if we took the carburetor apart, so went ahead and put an Edelbrock on it, and you can see it's running really good. All right, we're going on a drive. See what this puppy will do. I've already driven it once. I wasn't very happy. I think I had the timing too low. I had it down around 8 degrees. And it was a pig. So I've probably got it up around 12 right now. I had some I can tell it already feels better. traffic circle where I can punch it from a stop. All right, I'm gonna stop right here at this traffic circle in front of the Amazon and punch it. That was right to the floor, no popping or anything. I had a few pops with the timing a little lower. So it's not bad. I'm gonna have to probably just tune and tinker on it a little bit more. I still gotta put a temperature gauge in it because all it has is an idiot light. And I gotta put the thermostat in it. So I do all my tuning and everything without the thermostat so I don't overheat it or nothing. But that's where I'm at. So I'll hopefully wrap it up this week. All right, we're wrapping up this 89 Caprice. I hope we've got everything finished under here. There's a couple of cosmetic things I'm gonna do still, but I've got a temperature gauge now. I still haven't put the thermostat in it. I want to see what kind of temperature she runs up and down the road first. I put him a gauge right there, just something he can monitor it with. It's just a cheap, something cheap. He may want to do something better than that later. He may want to do a whole cluster, but I've got the timing set up to about I think I got it set to 16 degrees right now. We'll get in it and take it on another drive. Tag's expired, so I'm just going up and down my street for now. We've got a traffic circle down at the end of the street, and I can go down to that traffic circle and back. That way I'm close to the shop if I got to jet in and have any kind of, make any kind of changes. All right, so I was getting ready to drive and I got a phone call, so I had to step out. All right, I did already have this thing running a little while ago, but it's probably had a chance to somewhat cool back down, so we may have to start on our, why are the wipers going? Come on, please don't, just don't. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, here we're going. Choke's probably partially on. Spine should warm up. Try not to, I got cars sitting everywhere and trailers, and try not to hit one of them. Thing does have a good sound, nice throaty sound to it. Yeah, now we're in the clear. Now one thing, these big cams now, they don't work so great with the power brakes, so they may have a hard brake pedal sometimes, and that'll probably be kind of random. See what this thing, go up down the street a couple times and see how that temperature does. Yeah, she's good. She's running nice. Really nice. Hoping she don't overheat or nothing like that. shouldn't on a cool day like this. No thermostat. I still got to put the thermostat in it though if it don't get hot enough. Running. Yeah, it's not gonna get hot at all with that, without that thermostat. We're still maybe at about 135, 140 temperature. I was starting to wonder if this day would ever come that we would actually get this thing running. Boy, that's a heavy hood. Let me use my new temperature reader. .92 degrees on that radiator. 132. All right, we've got I'm driving the Caprice, got the thermostat in it, just riding around making sure it don't overheat, putting a few miles on it. I mean, it goes, it's got a little bit of power to it, and I think they'll be real happy with it. But that'll be about the end of this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. We've got more content coming. I'm sorry that I don't have something out every week. I'm just so in production mode that I forget about filming and stuff like that. My whole life can't be about filming. But anyway, I do appreciate y'all watching and your comments and all that kind of stuff.